Hey everybody, it is me, Vincent, coming to you from Universal Orlando once again for another park pop-in. I want to share with you guys the most noteworthy news going on in the parks right now, things you should know about for your next visit. It is a beautiful March day, the sun is shining, the breeze is just chilly enough. I'm here with this super cool vintage shirt I got on eBay with the awesome, amazing, beautiful Islands of Adventure logo. We'll talk about that in a little bit. A lot of fun stuff happening here at the parks. Our first order of business, which is a pretty big one in my opinion. The day before I have gone out to record this video, Universal has actually gone through a pretty interesting name change. The division that runs the theme parks, which was formerly known as Universal Parks and Resorts, has now changed over to Universal Destinations and Experiences. First things first, you don't have to worry. The parks are still the same. It's still Universal Orlando Resort. It's still Universal Studios Hollywood, Universal Studios Japan, so on and so forth. But the change is kind of like a big top corporate level change, and it does signify a couple things, which are pretty positive. Obviously, it's not just about the theme parks anymore. Universal is looking to expand their repertoire and add more and more things and experiences all around the world. You know, we know about the just recently announced Universal theme park that's going in Texas, which is going to focus more on like smaller families, and they're building a year-long Halloween Horror Nights experience in Las Vegas, which is so cool. I'm super excited for that. This is a really interesting change, and it is showing us and showing others that Universal is ready to grow and expand in ways that maybe they weren't able to do a couple of years ago. With this sort of renaming, this rebranding, Universal has also taken it upon themselves to change the existing logos for their parks here at Universal Orlando. And I am someone who is always doing his best to be positive with these videos. You guys know I love, live, and breathe Universal. Like, if they told me the only way I could go into Epic Universe was like I had to go butt naked, I would do it. But right now, at this given moment, I really don't feel very strongly about the new logos. I mean, here, look at them. What do you think? Right? There's something not. There's something off. They don't feel right. And I think the ones that they had before, Universal Studios Florida, especially Islands of Adventure, like, was so grand, so awesome, and like, I don't know. I mean, come on. Look at that freaking lighthouse, guys. Look how beautiful it is with that amazing emblem hanging from it. I really hope they don't change that emblem there, because a lot of people will cry, and a lot of people have already been talking about it on social media. There are a lot of people who are not very happy or very impressed with these new logos, and like, obviously Universal can't like poll people and ask their opinions on this kind of stuff, because then things will never ever change. A small part of me does kind of hope they walk back this decision. The only way I'm gonna be okay with a new Islands of Adventure logo is if you give me two things, Universal, okay? You gotta give me two things. I want the Jurassic World overlay from Universal Studios Hollywood, and I want some Islands of Adventure retro merch. You get that really great stuff for Universal Studios Florida. I know the 30th anniversary of Islands of Adventure is going to be like 2029, but maybe you can give it to us now because they're getting rid of the old logo. Maybe. I think a lot of us would appreciate it. I would love to know what you guys think about these new logos in the comments down below, because right now it is a spicy subject. And now for a little sweeter news. I've actually got a good chunk of updates regarding the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. The first being that Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is finally open again after its little 2-week-long refurbishment. I think it was widely believed and agreed that the main reason for the ride's closure, which it never does, like they never go for refurbishment, was because they needed to fix a part of the queue that got damaged during the hurricanes last year. They were able to fix it, and now even from the exit you can see this big old brick wall or cement wall or stone wall, whatever you want to call it, that wasn't there before. So hopefully the next hurricane comes around, that type of thing won't happen again. I was hoping to see if there were like any changes on the ride, like if animatronics had been refreshed or there were like new special effects or something like that, but I wasn't able to ride. It's very busy here in Hogsmeade today, and Hagrid's had a 90-minute wait. The single riders line was open, and it was very long. I personally am not a big fan of the Hagrid single rider. I think just like the Velocicoaster, it takes a very long time. So I just was able to film the big stone wall. But I think if something really big had changed with the ride itself during the refurbishment, we probably would have heard about it by now. Wasn't able to see that because it's very, very busy here in the park. It's also very hot, and it's so hot, I would say it is definitely the perfect weather for a delicious treat, specifically ice cream. And now at Honeydukes, the very, very popular candy shop in Hogsmeade, you can actually get hard pack ice cream, which is really, really useful. Before, the only places you were able to get ice cream as a dessert in Hogsmeade was either at the Three Broomsticks, and sometimes they'd have this like little cart out in the street. Now you can go to Honeydukes, it's there all the time. I did get one for myself to try. I don't usually get the hard pack ice cream. I'm much more of a fan of Florian Fortescue's soft serve ice cream, but I had to get one for the video. So I got the Butterbeer ice cream. Can't go wrong with Butterbeer flavored anything here in the park. It was very good, it was delicious, it hit just right. And while we're on the topic of Butterbeer, there's actually a pretty big Butterbeer update that happened here at the beginning of March. They are finally selling dairy-free and gluten-free Butterbeer in the park. So big win for my lactose intolerant friends and my vegan friends. You can now finally have the world famous Butterbeer in the parks. There's a little bit of a catch though. Right now, you can only get it at the sit-down restaurants. So the Three Broomsticks and the Leaky Cauldron. You can't get it at the bar, you can't get it at the Butterbeer cart, which can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes because, as you may or may not know, eating at the Three Broomsticks can take a lot of time. It is a very, very long line, and the only way to get food at the Three Broomsticks is to wait in line for a table. Like, you can't like order the dairy-free Butterbeer and then like leave. You have to get seated first. I would probably recommend right now you head over to Leaky Cauldron over at the other park, which is what I'm gonna do. I have found the only quiet place to vlog in Hogsmeade, which is the line for the Hogwarts Express. I'm gonna try to jump onto the train so I can head over to Diagon Alley, get the dairy-free Butterbeer over there, and see how it compares to the regular Butterbeer. I don't really have any dietary restrictions like that, but I'd like to know at least if it's like the same experience, you know what I mean? So let's head over to Diagon Alley, we'll get some Butterbeer and see what it's like. This is the dairy-free, gluten-free, and this is the standard Butterbeer. I'm gonna go ahead and just get a little sip of this one here first. And I guess I really wanna get some of like the top and see how that tastes, because that seems to be like the big difference between the two. And then I got a whole bunch of it. Oh, look at that, it's struggling to focus. Okay, I can definitely taste the difference between the toppings. I would say the dairy-free version tastes almost kind of like condensed milk, you know? That very kind of like slightly thick. Let's see how it tastes mixed in with the Butterbeer itself. It's pretty identical. It's definitely like close enough. If you're someone who's never had Butterbeer before and you've always wanted to try it but you weren't able to for gluten reasons or dairy reasons, worry not. If you get at least the frozen Butterbeer version here, you're gonna get something that's pretty identical to the Butterbeer that's been served here in the park for years. So this is a really great positive move. Kudos to Universal for finally making this happen, because I know people have been asking for this type of Butterbeer for forever. And now we're back here at the front of the park for a Minion update. We'll work on it. We're gonna work on it. That's what I got right now. But I missed doing the Mummy construction updates. Now we got the Minion construction updates going on, and VillainCon and the whole little Minion land that they're building here looks to be coming along. As much as I can see though, there's a lot of blue tarp. You can hear them working on the area, the construction happening behind me. Not really any major changes out here in the VillainCon building. The biggest is that it is now purple. There's a nice little purple color right there at the main entrance. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where the big old VillainCon logo is gonna go. The old Trek building has been repainted as well. You can literally smell the paint today, and I'm expecting some pretty big banners on the same scale and size as Minion Mayhem across the street to be put in those spots. Let me tell you something about Universal and construction. It goes by fast. So it's gonna look like this right now, but I wouldn't be surprised in like less than a month if all of these construction walls come down and we get these buildings. I know the ride is supposed to open up in the summer of 2023, but I'm hoping that we can get this little area here behind me open before the ride, and hope that we can get like a Minions restaurant and a store and whatever else they might have planned for this area. It'd be nice to see this sort of as a new mini land here in the park. I love the theming that Universal does, the attention to detail. I love the little area in Universal Studios Hollywood, Illumination Avenue. If it's anything like that, I can't wait to have it here in the park. Okay, hey, it's me, Vincent, from one day later after recording the whole rest of the video. I had to come back to Universal because something dropped here in the parks that I just had to talk about. And it is the fact that Mario has arrived at Universal Orlando. Finally! Now, I gotta admit, I'm being a little clickbaity, okay? It's not Super Nintendo World related. It's actually related to the brand new Super Mario movie that is coming out in just a little bit, sometime in April. They are selling merchandise here in the park to promote the new movie, and right now it's just a bunch of toys, but it is still so cool to see Mario here at Universal Orlando. It is very exciting to see. Something that they also done to promote the movie, which I think is super, super cool, is that out here, right by Rip Ride Rockit, they actually have a photo op from the new movie, and you can actually sit in like a cart, like you're driving a Mario Kart cart. It's a really fun photo op. You kind of have to get a little low to sell it, but you can take a really fun picture here in the park promoting the new movie, and you're almost kind of getting like your first little taste of Nintendo here in Orlando. Really great thing. I love it, I love it, I love it. I think that movie's gonna do so well. Like, I think it's gonna make $1 trillion. And as someone who got to see Super Nintendo World in Hollywood, I cannot wait for that to come here to Orlando. And in what is some bittersweet news, I am actually standing here on the site of the former viewing area for Universal's Cinematic Celebration. I say former because it's gone! They got rid of it! Snuffed it out in the middle of the night. Universal just announced that they are no longer doing the Cinematic Celebration show here in the park. Some of you might have seen it, some of you might have not, but it's been here for a while. I think it's been here since 2018, and this was the nighttime lagoon show here. This is basically Universal's big fireworks show, and they had these really wonderful projections and music and fireworks. It was a very cool show. I really enjoyed watching it. I thought it did a great job showcasing all the different franchises in the parks, the things that people would experience when they were coming here, like Harry Potter and Jurassic Park and so on and so forth. I couldn't tell you the exact reasons for as to why they got rid of the show. All we know is that it is gone. Like, seriously, like, not even like a chance to see it one last time. If you didn't get to see it before Mardi Gras, sorry, you missed the show. This was a really great show, and like it had a really great original music orchestration involving the Universal theme. It had this really like epic beginning where like the music swelled in and the Universal theme played and you saw the globe, and it was like, I'm a Universal. Universal's awesome, you know? Show will be missed, but I'm looking forward to a new nighttime spectacular here at the parks. Well, folks, that is all I've got. That's our show. Actually, look, I bought a headband. It says Universal Studios. Gets the hair out of my face. I love it. I hope you guys had fun having fun with me at this park pop-in. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Seriously, it means so much to me. I'm gonna try my best to kind of teeter back a little bit more towards the Universal stuff. I love making videos everywhere I go. I have some amazing experiences and some really fun non-Universal related trips coming up in the very near future. But I know a big reason that a lot of you guys watch this channel is for the Universal stuff. So I'm gonna put my blinders on a little bit, start focusing on the things that you guys love and I love as well. I'm gonna do my best to stick to the once a week format for videos. It can be tricky at times to work a full-time job and then also try to make videos on the side. So I thank you all for still watching and sticking around and enjoying the stuff I put out. It really does mean a lot to me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. But I'm gonna get on out of here. Thank you guys for watching Vincent Vision, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye-bye.